tried. I know, don't worry. We'll bring you back like nothing happened. And this time you'll be bigger and better than ever.
Hey, let's get into this breakdown of this Jared Anderson taking his first loss against Martin Bakole. As you just seen from the get-go, Jared Anderson, his defense is suspect, and he just fell right into the trap of Martin Bakole. I mean, he kept backing up with his hands down. That is one of his defaults. His defense is suspect. That's the same thing that I said about Deontay Wilder. Is Wilder always pulling out to his left, to the overhand right that everybody like to throw on Wilder. Same thing with Jared Anderson. If you can get him to go backwards, you can get him to get off balance and throw anything you want at him. Same thing with Devin Haney. Don't have no good defense when it comes to going backwards. And that's the thing Jared Anderson has to work on. So stick around. This is something that we're going to be talking about.
It's showtime!
So one thing that I did notice that Jared Anderson came out trying to do was set the pace with the jab. With a jab, I felt like that wasn't working, and then that didn't have no success because every jab that he threw at Bakole stood there and stood his ground, didn't really do nothing.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
As Anderson was trying to jab at his midsection or to the body, Bakole was just standing there looking at him like, bro, what are you doing? Like, didn't phase him. And Bakole came out with a brilliant game plan. And I felt like that was that mindset that he had to come in there with, because he used to going to all of these other countries and defeating all of these champions, and he knew in his mind and his heart, which I felt like he could beat him as well. Even Andre Ward, even Andre Berto said that he was going to beat him, which I had already knew that because, I mean, I'm a student of the game. So it's like I study and watch these fighters, and I'm looking and I'm seeing what my eyes is not telling no lies, not playing tricks on me. So Bakole just dominated. Jared Anderson wasn't strong enough. For one, his defense was suspect. For two, he kept pulling out with his hands down, going to the back and pulling straight back. Like when he was jabbing at Bakole, he was standing there bracing it, taking it to the body, to the head. And that's the same thing that I was saying about Wilder. Like sometimes you don't even have to move. It's about, it's about, hitting and not getting hit. Sometimes you got to stand there and brace the shot and take the shot and counter. And I felt like that's what Bakole was doing. Jared Anderson was trying to get off, and Bakole was smothering his shots to where that, Jared Anderson really couldn't get off on him like that. But when he released his hands on Jared Anderson, he did what he was supposed to do. And as you see, he threw the uppercut. Jared Anderson basically fell into his lap. That uppercut, Jared Anderson couldn't get away from the uppercut. And he couldn't get away from the hook. And he couldn't get away from the jab. So he couldn't block a jab, couldn't block an uppercut, couldn't block the hook. I mean, Jared Anderson was all over the place. Like, another thing, too, that I noticed, like, man, if he gets you hurt, why would you run back to the fire? Same thing what Devin did facing Ryan Garcia when he got hurt, as you're going to see in this clip. My thing was to Devin, like, you got hurt, bro. Move around the ring, try to get your marbles back, try to get your legs back, not run back to the fire. so you can get put back in the fire. That's the same thing Jared Anderson did when he got hit. He ran back to the fire, right back to the guy that just knocked you down twice. What make you think you finna go out there? No, his ego got in the way and he was embarrassed, and he got more embarrassed because his ego got in the way. He felt like he could have got it back. I mean, that was the type of fight to where the only thing Jared Anderson really had to do was just box, move around the ring, box. Don't stand in front of this guy. Don't stand there. Don't do that. Just move around the ring, box. Box like you claim you can box. That's what he should have done, was just box. But his defense is suspect, which I already said that because Charles Martin exposed Jared Big Baby Anderson in that fight. Had Jared Anderson on wobbly legs and he was getting caught with that right hand lead down the middle. Same thing with Bakole was throwing the right hand lead down the middle, chasing Jared Anderson to the back. Jared Anderson kept pulling back, and when he got hurt, he followed him all the way to the back, and that's what made Bakole really jump on him. And then Jared Anderson tried to duck his head. When he ducked his head, Bakole just threw the uppercut. Boom, it was right there. And then you seen Jared Anderson take a seat on the canvas. He got back up, ran back to the fire, and got almost knocked out through the ropes. I just felt like that second knockdown, he wasn't even there. The ref told him, hey, go that way, go to the left, go that way, go to the right. Now come to me, give me your hands. That man wasn't there. His mind wasn't there. His legs wasn't there. His legs wasn't working. His mind wasn't working. His equilibrium was all off. So I just felt like he just took too much punishment. Sometimes when you take that much punishment, it's hard to come back and look the way you do. I mean, he had a whole lot. Jared Anderson had a whole lot to say about Wilder. Wilder this, Wilder that. Hey, karma is a bitch, and it will come back to you. Sometimes you got to watch what you say, because your tongue is a sword, so it can cut you, slice you deep. And when you go to talking about people, you gotta watch what you say, because it will come back and bite you in the end. And that's what it did. Sometimes you got to get humbled, and that was a humbling lesson for Jared Anderson. He only 24. Yeah, he could take a loss, but the thing is, how do you bounce back from your loss after taking a loss, after taking a beating that bad against Martin Bakole? Should he rematch him? Nah. Should he go back to the drawing table and try to regroup and get back what he lost? As far as his offense is okay, he feather fisted, so he don't have no one punch knockout power, and that's what you gotta have in that heavyweight division. You gotta have one punch knockout power when you facing a guy that he just faced, Martin Bakole, or somebody like Wilder, or somebody that can really punch. Because 9 times out of 10, when as he was just throwing jabs at this man, and this man just kept coming, walking straight to you, and he not even budging the man, making the man move, oh, it's a long night for you. So that's what I mean. Jared Anderson, he don't have, like Devin Haney, he don't have one punch knockout power. So that's something that I don't think that can be taught. There's either you have it or you don't. Jared Anderson got great offense, but he don't got great defense. And sometimes your defense is your offense, and which I felt like he could have made it an easy fight, but he stood there and tried to bang it out with this guy, knowing that this guy is what he say he is. This man, Jared Anderson, doing the press conference, the weigh-in, he dancing in that man's face, playing around. But sometimes you just got to take people for a grain of salt and know that, man, this fight finna be real salty. I gotta grind. I gotta, get it in anyway by any means necessary. And Bakole came in with that mindset. Jared Anderson didn't come in with that mindset. He tried to, switch his trainer and bring in Sugar Hill, but I mean, Sugar Hill, it was only 4 weeks. So with that being said, that's not enough time. But Sugar Hill can't fight for Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson gonna revert back to what and what he used to doing and what he know when he get hit. Everybody got a game plan until you get hit, like Mike Tyson say. You know, and his defense, when he got hit, he went back to reverting to what he used to doing, going straight backwards with his hand down, with his chin up in the air. And that's what caused him to take his first loss, not being smart enough to let his hands go against Martin Bakole. It's a lot of things he got to do to work on, man, to bounce back, to get, you know, back at that level again, to compete and contend with these top heavyweights. I mean, should he have got in there right now with Martin Bakole? My honest opinion, after seeing that, no. I think he should have at least got probably like 2 or 3 good more fights in. Somebody that was gonna give him some good rounds. A big enough, durable guy with a chin that can. Charles Martin gave him a glimpse of that, but I think he needed 2 more fights, like the Charles Martin fight, to get him prepared for that fight. I just think that whoever Jay Prince, I just felt like they mismanaged and handled Jared Anderson the wrong way. I just felt like he wasn't really ready, but in their eyes, they felt like he was ready. Jared probably felt like he was ready, but that's a beast, and in my honest opinion. But y'all let me know what y'all think about Jared Anderson taking his first loss. Did he get humble, or can he bounce back from it, or will he do something crazy to get back into the news like he been doing, losing his mind? Y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. One love, one life. I'm out. Peace.